10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. LFY's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And we need some of these like tier 3 level events for those tier 2 teams to play.
I want a Newfie team. I want all Newfies.
I still want to do the Newfie.
And we would do one of those things where like you can listen to the team communication and they couldn't get mad at people like ruining the strats because people understand what they're saying anyway.
What's a Newfie?
That'd be perfect.
People that live in Newfoundland.
A Newfoundlander.
Oh.
They have a very unique accent that's sort of like a hybrid of Scottish, Canadian, and gibberish. It's really hard to understand.
It's something else. But I can't even understand them, and I live next to them.
Yeah. But opener here, Clockwork for LFY, right into a Mirana Sand King for Invictus Gaming.
Oh, I haven't seen any Mirana in a while. Just keeps getting banned out.
Yeah, first phase.
LFY is saying they value the Clockwork. Wait, so they were first pick.
Yeah.
So they valued Clockwork over the Io and the Naga?
Io's banned. And
yeah,
Naga's
but they were
banned.
first pick.
Yeah. And they banned it.
So they went away from the Clockwork in that game 3. And it was unbanned, right? Untouched?
Well, they had the Eats, or no.
They picked Sand King instead of Io.
Early, and then they left
LFY has lost faith in their ability to win with Io, but IG Boca, he has been crushing on the hero. I don't think he's lost with it.
Yeah, it's just interesting though that a first pick team skipping the Io.
Yeah, maybe Io's not as epic as you think he is, Trent.
I think it's just that the LFY don't play it well. That's what sucks. And like,
Hero still has a really high skill cap.
Yeah,
I mean that's the thing that I think is overlooked with the Wisp dialogue is we talk like, oh, they picked Wisp, the game's over, but you still not only need a player that can play Wisp, but as we saw from LFY, you need to play around the Wisp. Yeah. It is a team strategy. It's not just a broken hero free win if you pick it. You still really have to play around it well, and that's when the hero looks godlike broken.
And I think that's the bigger issue now than the skill cap of the hero itself, because you could like go into, you know, well, not necessarily pubs, but you can practice the mechanics of the hero, and it's so much easier now to play. But I think that it's a lot harder to practice that play style without doing scrims.
10 seconds remaining.
That feels like it's the roadblock more so than other things. Mirana, I feel like this hero is so strong right now. Like you can pair together Void, you could go Naga Siren. You get an arrow down. It feels like that hero is dead almost entirely.
It's just this flexible core in the first phase. It's great.
Yep.
Same reason we were kind of digging on the Faceless Void.
And the early DP pick for LFY, lock in Super's hero. Not surprising, but it's stable.
Bouncer ban for that.
Hero's up there, guys. Look at that.
Yeah.
China setting the meta.
I guess it's pretty nice against Mirana. He tends to be very elusive, and that is one would guarantee she doesn't get off all those leaps in those mid-game fights where she would ordinarily survive.
We'll see a lot of it in SCA as well, because the TNC Tigers were picking it, some of the teams are reversing it, seem to be breaking out in SCA as well. I think this is an emerging hero in 5 position.
You know who is not an emerging hero in the 5 position role? AA.
No.
Hero vanished.
Right.
Yep. We used to talk about him all the time when it was like the DP being on the enemy team. But I mean, AA Sand is a great combo.
Yeah.
Bring back AA. Make AA.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess the main issue is what the laning stage with AA. These dual lanes doesn't really feel strong enough.
Yeah, well, a lot of his core partners also got nerfed. Sven getting nerfed really hurts AA because you can't do the like sweet AA Sven dual lane. AA CK is still strong. I think CK is definitely an undervalued hero right now.
It feels like AA might, I would agree with that, but maybe AA is too far in the middle, where supports are very polarized. You got like the Warlock tier, where it's all defense with some ability to team fight, and then you've got like the Sand Kings who's playing, or Sand King Lesh, where they're doing like big damage. They've got this crazy duo, and outside of like AACK, I'm not sure where he doesn't really save your safe lane, he doesn't really win your off lane.
Yeah. I feel like you almost need to play him in a 4 to make it work. Like put him in the off lane tanky melee hero, like if Skywrath is banned, something like that.
Yeah, but then the question is, why aren't you just picking Skywrath or Zeus?
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
problem.
Like you've got these really big damage dealers, and you've got great control heroes, and he just.
And if you look at the safe lane, like you almost rather have a Warlock because he secures your lane, and AA doesn't really secure lanes. He perhaps gives you kills, but kills don't win you a lane. Like you had that one, like, oh, we used a stun plus cold feet with chilling touch, we got this kill, and then those heroes come back to lane, and
you can't last hit.
Now
That's where the gold is.
Yep, last hits denies matter way more, and Warlock gives you that. He's not just last hitting, but the heal factor is just way better.
Remaining.
Silencer seems like a new hero that's pretty good at just securing lanes as well.
Maybe the Boca Rubik here versus the Clockwork. They just want to not reveal too much else.
Could be a good Rubik game.
Yep.
Bane is also still in.
I guess that reveals the Sand King on the core roll if you're picking most likely.
Most likely, yeah, that's true.
They go the other way.
Okay.
China's so not afraid to show mids when they know the matchup, too. They're so fine with that in a lot of our games. Even though they have last pick.
It's been all like just 1v1 on mid anyways, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only thing you might be worried about is potentially getting like a lane swap or something, putting DP safe lane.
But then you get the
10
DK, so who cares?
Right,
who it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Invictus Gaming's
Definitely
turn.
a hero that's on the rise, and now the Bane goes the other way for LFY.
Actually, I wouldn't mind them swapping it up and take like an SF now. SF clock, put DP safe lane. Although, then you have super lane SF, which...
Yeah, I don't know how Monet's SF is. I assume that's what would happen.
Yeah, I think you're right, definitely.
Super's played a bit of
10
SF.
seconds
He used to
remaining.
play it a lot when in the mech SF day.
Oh, that's way back. That's,
5
yeah.
seconds
So,
remaining.
capable on the hero. I don't know if he's played it recently.
Mind seeing it. I feel like it's pretty freaking good matchup. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good matchup. It's the guaranteed kind of lane winner with the Clockwork Souls. Don't mind it here at all. Bane, great pick. Just, these are the kind of supports you want. Secure a lane.
whoa.
Not even okay. Counter to DPs. Now, this is the New Age counter to Death Prophet with the Purge.
Purge plus the Soul Catcher to buffer up.
And Shadow
Disruption,
Demon Marana.
Yep.
There's like a good SD pick.
They don't have any
Nice.
good heroes to get illusions of right now. We may see that as their last pick if they want to run a 3-position Marana in the off
10
lane.
seconds
I like that a
remaining.
lot. Reposition Mirana off lane with the
Invictus
Sand King.
Gaming's turn
Could go
to
for like
battle.
Luna or something there.
Oh, here it
That's
is.
great.
Angolier.
Passive against the DK sounds great. I think
boy.
these DKs we keep seeing just become unkillable.
Yeah.
I'm actually really feeling the DK is like one of those top heroes right now, at least in this qualifier, because of just how hard teams have struggled to kill them.
Yeah, there's been some blame on the old Pango
10 seconds
passive.
remaining.
I think that's probably going to get fixed. So, like, if you're at negative armor, it like brings you back to 0, which is kind of
Right.
lame.
Seconds
Oh,
remaining.
yeah.
But not an issue here, obviously, with the DK. This guy will surely never be at negative armor. So,
That is still an unfortunate mechanic.
yeah, but I feel like that'll get fixed.
Still don't mind LFY going SF, but they might just take something else, safe lane. Other heroes for
I think
IG.
Morph is still there. I mean,
Oh.
that's a funny feeling this, but I do think Morph is pretty strong.
Life still looks good. Is Life still banned? Nope. Still in the pool.
Yeah, it's true. You know, it's not broke. I mean, there is the purge, I suppose, but honestly, that just means your DP's not getting purged.
And the other scary thing is that there's the save, the Slave Stealer. A lot of leaping, in away, throw strike away.
It's nice because it's a hero that doesn't care about getting disrupted. Like you're against Shadow Demon, you play like a Luna or something, it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Like, giving him those illusions.
Same with Morphling,
Yep.
to that end as well.
10
It's very
seconds
dangerous.
remaining.
So that's also where maybe the Death Prophet safe lane makes
5
sense. Yes,
seconds
yeah,
remaining.
gonna be.
In terms of what they're
LFY's turn
missing,
to
they
pick.
already have quite a few tools. They have good catch and initiation with the Clockwork, and then follow up from the Pangolier. Like, it's always nice having a mobile hero to put the hook shot. They have objective taking with the Death Prophet.
Invictus Gaming's
So yeah,
turn to
that's pretty
close.
open, and
Wow, they go
it's gonna be
lanes.
the little
Sick.
I'm
niche
so happy
pick
for
they
this. This is
have.
going to be awesome.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
we've seen this sixth band a couple times.
Yeah.
But this is great. A lot of minus armor, some good big right-clicking damage there.
Heart
Big time
piercer.
physical.
And clinks. That sounds interesting. Okay.
Very mobile as well, so we can get in the back line.
10
Maybe the
seconds
Orchid Carrier. Lock down that Marana. Off the Shadow Demon.
I think even if he doesn't get an Orchid, like, if you get one stun into Marana, like, she's just gonna die to that jumping out clinks.
Strafe.
Because even if you're, like, trying to leap away, you're not gonna disjoin him.
Strafe will dodge a DK stun, I guess.
Yeah.
Will it dodge a Sanking Barrier Strike?
I
No.
don't think so.
No.
It's not a
Okay.
projectional.
I don't think it dodges DK stun.
Does it
will
dodge DK
What's a
stun?
projectile?
Oh, if he's in range form?
Yeah.
I guess? I guess it would, wouldn't it?
It's one of those weird spells. I play a
Yeah,
lot of
I don't know.
Clinks.
I haven't seen the clinks.
I honestly don't know what Strafe blocks and doesn't block.
Yeah.
Like
There's
you
so
say,
many
it's the
weird things.
projectile, but like, what is a projectile?
Yeah.
What isn't?
There are some weird mechanics there, and I'm not enough of a Clint
Can't
player to
dodge
know.
duel. I can tell you that one.
But
Like-
you can't live through it.
Like, can you dodge Shadow Poison? That sounds like a projectile
Okay,
to me.
there's no way. Come on.
I'm pretty sure you can't, but it's like, what? How is that not a projectile? You know?
Yeah.
It flies through the air.
I guess it's not targeted. Maybe that's a key difference.
All right, well, we're going
Like
to be
the
learning.
bench stuns.
We're all going to be picking up some tomes of knowledge and being enlightened on what Strafe does.
Well done. Do you guys like the LC final pick, though?
Marana safe lane. Aggressive's played very well on the Marana. I like seeing him on it. I don't think they've got a good Shadow Demon disruption partner, but the tower setups are still there.
I don't know. SRF LC. I feel like
LFY. Go LFY.
Yeah, I think we've seen them shine a little more when SRF is a crazy playmaker like Sand King, where you're constantly breaking up fights.
I believe in Clinks. That's what I think.
The bone
Which
fletcher.
is this hero's
Gabe,
gonna
you're
work.
in on that too?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So, our couch is out. We are now down to 2 for our final series of the Chinese qualifier. Best of 3 for LFY IG. Loser goes home 1 step away from the big prize, and the winner of this series, well, Trent, they get the big one. They're going to join you in Canada. The other side, but still, it's Canada. Vancouver, babe. TI8, let's go. No, literally, let's go. I hope we make it.
Oh no.
You there,
I know,
Trent?
my
You're good?
hotkeys.
Oh my, what are we gonna do?
Why don't you do this? Why, Valve?
Hopefully these mini-map icons stay large. Hang with the cheers. Very excited to see how these lanes turn out. Looks like IG will go stock standard. Marana Shadow Demon up top. It will send the Sand King down bottom to join the LC, and that means it will be
30 seconds to
Dragon Knight mid. What a surprise.
Some real shocking stuff here. Yeah, I've not got to cast a Clinks game since its changes with the old Strafe, so, and it recently got buffed again. So
Automatically dodge projectiles. And it now works against non-player unit.
yeah, and the thing is, it only lasts for 3.5 seconds. Like, it has a duration, so you have to kind of time it perfectly. And at the same time, when you're using Strafe, you're not looking to use it as a defensive option, right?
Right, it's all about the attacks.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a happenstance situation for the most part.
Can dodge ranged attacks or spells. Not and spells, but or spells. Because on alt gives you that extra little...
Well,
So-
I think it could be an and.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
it sounds funny. Ranged attacks or spells.
Only one or the other.
You know,
an
it's like
attack first,
stripes or
attacks.
solids. You have to commit once you get that first ball in the hole. That's billiards reference for...
Not snooker.
No, not snooker. We're still trying to figure out the rules to snooker. If someone can describe it within the context of a tweet,
Please send it to Mont Dota.
please tweet at Montdota, because he's been trying to figure this one out for years.
Monet
He's been
is
struggling.
on the move. He's going to run top. So he doesn't want to have to deal with any sort of TP shenanigans of being chased down. And if they decide to follow him to that top lane, he will gladly TP back down to the bottom. And they're just looking to secure him a better matchup. So now, in Flame, I'm sure if you guys were just tuning into the last one, you know that he's got a hell of a pango. It would seem top of the
Yes.
net worth leading into the end of the game. Silver tier, pub spamming extraordinaire.
Shield crashing, rolling, thundering, swashbuckling.
Oh, this is where Andrew learned all of the
All
names
over the
that he
place.
doesn't know what they are. Is that what's
Here.
happening right now?
Ah, yes, Rolling Thunder, Pangalier's ultimate. I am actually not a Pango player. I played Willow a whole bunch, but I have not played Pango all that much. I do know the name of his spells. Thank you, Trent. Trying to give Reddit some extra dirt on me here.
Oh, there's already plenty. I don't need anymore.
Exactly. They don't need any more. I'm already at my limit. I've hit a lifetime quota of flame material. So Q making the rotation up top. Join the LC here. It looks like the lanes have settled down. Off-Boo got also nice start on the clockwork. Hit an early level 2. Got a couple of CS in there while the lanes are being moved around. And mid going exactly as you would expect. DK off to a good start, but Super holding his own. His creeps get shoved into the tower. A double damage rune will spawn up top. And it looks like XS will be treated with some extra right-clicking prowess.
Yeah, Monday's not having the best time. He took the level 1 skeleton wolf to ensure that he could get top faster, which meant that he didn't have the steering arrow yet, so he still on 4 last hits.
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah. Definitely not the ideal start for your Clinks.
Now he's getting pressured every time he walks up here by SRF.
Now, one of these situations, the LC is actually a pretty scary laner to put on a lot of harass with the overwhelming odds. Level 3 already grabbed the second point in it. Arana Sand King, a pretty scared lane duo as well.
Off way out here. But it'll be okay.
He's fine. He's a clockwork after all.
He got a nice push back there too, just to make sure.
Power cogs and whatnot. But this Sand King Moran, not quite the same kill power as the Sand King Lesh, but definitely some kill threats. If you connect with that Burrow Strike, Pango not the easiest target to kill. But here is Burrow Strike into Arrow, the lead for extra attack speed, and that's going to be your first blood. So I might curse him. Certainly not enough to survive.
That was perfectly executed, and well, Clockwork this time looks like was not quite as fortunate in his maneuvers there.
Yeah.
Caught, but last time he didn't go for the disruption. You have to be sure that you're going to get the kill, because that's 2.5 shadow poisons, and you can't really afford to waste the mana. It does take quite a bit out of you, so get the kill, priorities up, and very pleased with himself, I'm sure.
Oh. 2 kills for IG, a 2K net worth lead. The CS discrepancy growing in the mid as DK furthers his advantage there, and now both sides favoring IG at least a little bit as we get the ball rolling, getting close to that first bit of bounties. DK, first one to hit level 5, and
oh my god.
poor Super.
Yeah, but this lack of rotations is just brutal. I mean, he'll get himself a little bit of a siphon now. You can even see that while siphoning, it doesn't even add that much, you know?
Well,
just gonna regenerate, but
as you'll see, Yao was killed in the bottom lane. Back up top, a wraparound from Off-Boo. Looks like he won't be able to get there in time. Bummer.
Just another combo down bottom. And you have Bulka just chilling by a haste rune, deciding which lane he's gonna go to, but he was pinged out by the Radiant there, so... and Flame knows he's coming at this.
Still hanging around. Level 2 Burrow Strike now. Might not be able to find much with it. Pango actually jumps in though. 4 mangoes. Ooh, Baboka misses the Burrow Strike. Unfortunate. Yao gets away with the pull. Lead momentum back in favor of the Radiant. Now on top, in a little skirmish, Shadow Demon does a disruption to get away from Off-Boo.
No real chance at a solo kill there unless you can get it with the cogs.
XXS is really dominating mid though. You expect him to win this matchup, but I think this is more disproportionate than we've seen.
I think it's just like you don't have anything you can do really as the DK in this situation. He's got the Quelling Blade as a DK, so he's just gonna have the higher damage. Rotations are so limited these days. I mean, look who's here now. You've got 2 heroes trying to close in on XXS and turn this into something.
Well, Nightmare, the Exorcism, Off-Boo, now Banish. A little miscommunication there, but Boca says, hey, I really wanted to stun him. But IG say, we're going to rotate more, lock down the clockwork, even aggressive, coming in to make that a sure kill. Level 5 Marana now just sitting back in the bottom lane. But they do punish that rotation. First Exorcism from Super yields basically nothing.
Yeah, she's going to miss out on quite a bit, actually. Full range creeps maybe too, but now the next wave comes through. So she ends up missing pretty much nothing. So not a bad rotation.
For the bottom?
Yep. Aggressively happy. And very scary right now too. I don't know about this in Flame. This is a bold play.
Yeah, not going to find a bounty rune, that's for sure. Now set up a Q into the air, stun from Baboker. No soul catcher, but they don't need it.
Alright, so I can understand his logic there, because the wave is pushing into the tower, you would not think supports are going to be rotating to gank you then. He probably thought they were going top or something. That's my best guess, at the very least, because that was just simply suicide, right? Yeah. You know, if you think any of the supports are there, you're just 100% dead. Because it's either Disruption and Arrow or Burrow Strike and Arrow, and that's a level 3 Starfall. Very dangerous stuff.
No, not the place to be. Pango relatively tanky, but not in that kind of a scenario. Seems this bottom lane has not really done much for LFY. Yeah, also pretty far behind on the Bane. In poverty mode in terms of net worth, still only level 3. Hasn't really been able to keep this Pango safe. Swashbuckle, very annoying, but not doing much in the way of yielding kills. All the while in the top lane, IG struggling to maintain lane control of LFI, interrupt the pull. And old Clinky here gets it back right in front of his tower. Exactly what he wants. It's a good bone fletcher right there.
Yeah, it started out a little rough for Monet, but since then he's managed to kind of keep it at that same gap that he started with, so...
He's recovering.
Yep, I mean, those rotations mid to help, certainly aiding him.
Clink's one of those weird heroes that doesn't really play well from behind, though at the same time, he does have the ability to find those pickoffs and recover very easily. So that's sort of an mechanic. Most heroes that don't play well from behind struggle to even find kills when they're behind. And Clink's is one that still just has a lot of built-in damage, even if he doesn't have the hits.
Yeah, in this game, he doesn't have the absolute best targets either, though. As
true.
Bottom lane, DK rotating down here with the ultimate. Still level 3 on the Starstorm arrow. Almost finding Yao there.
It's a fishing arrow. You get that on the Bane, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill, so I think
they're gonna steal a stat too. Very nice.
Certainly good. Use the Elder Dragon form. Arcane Rune down bottom. Shame the DK couldn't find that before popping the ulti. We'll see a wrap around in the top lane. Off move, still only level 3 himself. Look at levels here. Bane does get 4, but Radiant support's a little bit under-leveled relative to that of IG.
Yeah, often needs to find that like 4.5 so that he can get the tome and get 6 and try and help Monet to accelerate through kills.
Blinks the double bling here. And Soul Ring on the way.
And much like the DK rotation bottom now, it's going to be super in the top lane with the Exorcism. And XXS is just going to be the person who's shoved down here. He just sent down with no ultimate. And a TP Afu as well.
Looks like some power exchanging mid lane. IG putting a lot of pressure on that tier 1.
They can't come near this kill squad in the mid lane either.
Yeah, LFY will use the Exorcism and they'll knock this tower down pretty quick. Maybe now rotation from LFY towards the mid.
I don't think they can. Like, if Super TPs, he's pretty low on mana.
This is scary. Pango is sit though. Rolling Thunder available. Instant disruption from Q. A little bit of space, but might be in trouble. Doesn't utilize. Burrow Strike into the trees, but Rolling Thunder locks him down. Super rotates to secure the kills. They get 1, and they defend the tower. Definitely an advantage for LFY.
A little greedy, I'd say, from IG. I'm really surprised they're able to get anything on the rotation, because I guess they just weren't expecting Super to TP down. But fine enough still. Plenty of pressure onto the mid tower. DK still has all that space in the bottom lane, and a relatively fresh ultimate for him too. So we're gonna have more heroes coming down, and the Radiant Ward has expired, so who's caught out here.
Boca with the stun, followed up arrow from Aggressive, and they get a quick kick on the clock.
That ward right there just expired too. Yeah, that's kind of punished off.
Bit of a bummer. It also TP in the Bane. IG may just continue the push. They have a siege creep, still a little bit of time left in the Elder Dragon form. A bad way to ship the tower down. Bane will finish off the siege creep though. Smart choice. IG will back up, kind of head back to farming. He's stacking up Ancients, always good. I'll turn this into triple stack, it looks like. Not going for the patented quad stack though.
No, Lyric will be very disappointed. I just heard him person. My goodness. Such a pleasant boy. A few things will make him so upset.
Him and Purge need to have a real good Shadow Demon bonding set over stacking efficiencies. I know Purge is a big fan of Shadow Demon. I've heard Purge talk about the... Whoa! Aggressive almost goes down. for the Pango, but the
Easy.
Starstorm killed him last second, 20 HP. Aggressive walks away. That is a heartbreaker.
That's just a cat of 360 experience thrown over to Olmarana, so half a level. Pretty nice.
Kind of a struggle. This angle here. Arcane Boots going into Blink Dagger, definitely not having that same presence as we saw in the last game.
No, I think he got the javelin first.
Monet, he's dusted, he's purged, he's dueled. Epicenter on top. IG find a victory for SRF and a kill on the enemy position 1. Great smoke rotation. That Blink Dagger from LC could not have been debuted better. How back did is a defensive hook from Afu. It won't be enough to keep him alive. The cogs might even hurt Super more than they help him. Super trying to heal him through it, but it's not going to happen. That's 3 down, and IG looking like they could run away with this one.
Oh,
their cores top the charts.
Oh no!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's a little friendly fire on those cogs, I think.
Radiant's middle tower has
He
fallen.
just got hook shots. And his first one is a very, very close escape attempt, and then to a instant suicide on his ally.
Well, you know, no man left behind. If I go down, we go down together.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he could have hit the Ancients, but it was a panic moment. So, and he probably just would have got the old Petrify from the boys, the Prowlers, anyway. So,
yeah. Well, congratulations for the first to 10 kill betters out there. IG has made it 10-1.
Radiant
Huge
are
lead for them at 13 minutes. LF1 going to need to shake this one off and look for a good rotation. They will smoke up as 3. Super still struggling to get that dual scepter. They need something.
yeah, they're really hoping they're coming down for this tower. That's their thought right now. Is that like, okay, hopefully their IG are smoking up and coming bot, but it actually smoked and went off. So they will be very disappointed.
Both teams with kind of the same idea, though.
Yeah. They'll at least get this vision down here, and with Inflame kind of pushing the tower, they can force something here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, mid. It looks like he'll be all right.
Yeah, DK, or rather, Dire side fully aware of what's going on. Scan on top of the heroes. However, Clinks does push objectives fairly well. They have
That's
the DP, they have the Clinks as well. They probably stick around for this tier 2 because they want to force the fight.
I wanted to bring this up because I noticed Clinks did not have a casual Blightstone earlier. He was just going to go Deso, so not even a casual Blightstone, just the build here.
Radiant's top
But I
tower
think
is under
a value
attack.
pickup for a Clinks at any size helps you siege faster, just buffs up all that physical damage you got going on from your searing arrows. Be darn good. Going for a 3-3-3 build. Very interesting.
Yeah, he's hoping to find a grip here on the XXS, and he gets it. How can they do?
Ooh, also nearby. He's coming in. There's the press the attack. Immediate move onto Clinks, and they're going to turn. They might not get the dual damage, but Clinks is in a lot of trouble. Stunned for ages as the Epicenter gets queued, and now Yao on the run with nowhere to go. It's a 2 the other way. The dream setup LFY completely thwarted by a good rotation from SRF.
Yeah, underrated aspects of Legion Commander for sure.
Yeah. Press the attack
Easy.
pretty good there.
Yeah, fairly good. Still Bane hero. Much like the Abaddon counter, kind of the exact same situation. Very disappointing stuff there. I mean,
Radiant's
of all
bottom
heroes though,
tower is
taking
under
down the
attack.
DK is
Radiant's
ambitious.
it's extremely ambitious. Like, this is a Clinks with, as he said, a Blightstone. He does not have a Tesla or anything at this point.
Still, you're dealing with 19 armor and 2k HP on this guy. So
Yeah. This is that DK. You know, the super major DK was super lame. Trying to qualifier DK is ownage.
yes.
He's a good hero. He seems to be doing well every time. I mean, he keeps getting these good lanes. He's against like Storm Spirit or Death Prophet. Some lane where he has a great start. Life is good. No one rotates or anything. And when the rotation comes, you're like, oh, DK, my team's gonna get here in time.
Teams have figured out the way to play DK, and you've got to play him in this very safe, low-risk kind of mentality where he's all about getting a lead and maintaining it. And the DKs that seem to flop at the Super Major, a lot of it, getting ganked early, getting too aggressive, like I just traded my life for a tower. If you do that too many times, you lose your momentum and transfer too much farm to the team, then all of a sudden this tanky DK feels very manageable. But games like this has been the recurring theme. He's 1k up on the enemy comparable mid laner, itemizing very well right into BKB after Drum of Endurance, Soul Ring Shreds, a lot of great stats.
Yeah.
not an easy hero to deal with when you maintain this kind of lead.
If I were to point towards a way for LFY to get back into this game, I would be thinking about Pango having an impact here. Because Inflame has been okay in terms of like he's always on the lanes, he's getting a decent amount of farm.
Savage.
He's getting himself.
Pango needs to have just any impact.
Well, he's 0, 3, and 1, and he bought a Blink Dagger. Like
I see what you mean.
He needs to like make shit happen with his Blink Dagger.
He needs to crank this up to 11.
I think in some way, like the team needs to play around him. They weren't trying, like with them for down bottom, but they were found out.
Yeah. It's tough. Pango, the counter example to what I just described with DK. One that when he doesn't have a good start, it feels like, yeah, let's just run away. What's he gonna do? And eventually it'll get to that point where he runs in and it's like, guys, just kill him. But Pango, kind of like Axe in that regard, he can't not be in the front line in those big. He doesn't really have a choice. That is one of the limitations of the hero. Not versatile in that regard. 4K net worth lead though. IG seemed pretty comfortable just keeping this a nice, calm, and steady game. Both teams with really good warding right now. Deep ward from the Radiant to get some eyes on this farming, but Dire, same idea. Wards deep on the other side of the map, as well as great defensive ward around the river, giving them tell on rotations, these main access points. Really no good opening for LFY to find pickoffs or rotations right now, unless they really commit to a 5-man smoke or something. But at the same token, LFY okay with slowing down the pace of things, getting up first round of core item, the Deso on the Clinks, as well as this newly fashioned Yule's Scepter on the Death Prophet, two potential game changers, and looks like they will take heed to my advice. 4-man smoke into enemy territory, but well, look who's reacted. It's IG, and there is no one to be found. They need the Stand King, but Boca, oh, he's going to walk into the danger zone, straight to the hook shot, now silenced. But will the follow-up beat there? 15, not able to lock him down. He gets dusted. Burrow strikes to the low ground, but this time the Pango is able to chase, and they do find a kill. So it's something, but that's a 5-man rotation for just a Stand King. And you look around the map, the rest of IG spread all around the jungle, still continuing to farm. Yeah. Not a big economic gain for LFY despite making a rotation and finding a kill. Blade now up on LC.
They do still have the Exorcism though, so maybe with that combination with the Rolling Thunder, something.
For sure. Scary where DK now gets that little 15 talent, 35 damage. Scout.
So currently it feels like LFY have said, okay, we're just going to try and farm, right? We're like, we've attempted a couple plays, didn't go that well. We're happy letting you guys make the first move. You know, they have the Dragonite on the team.
You don't think any of it has to do with the Deso timing?
No, it definitely does, but I think, like, is there any pressure really for them to try and exorcism this mid tower right now? I don't think so.
Well,
I think if you try and exorcism the mid tower, you're fighting into a lot of variables of just like they have the DK already. They're probably going to have Moonlight Shadow ready.
So maybe not at this particular moment. I see what you mean. But given that you're this far behind, I don't think LFY, they don't have a speaker here. This isn't one of those games they can sit back and say, don't worry, guys, we're going to farm through this in another 10 minutes. That 4K net worth lead will feel like nothing. We've got the late game. We're going our character here. And Pango's on bottom. He's going to get dueled, epicenter, and he's going to fall. I think all things equal, the IG draft looked scary as we scale into the late game. You know, LC is off to an incredible start. She's got the Blade Mail now, the item that proved to be broken in bot TI earlier. Pretty
MVP for sure.
Yeah, he's going to get got on. I said got on. He's gone on. Yeah. He got.
And this is where it's like, well, IG are basically answering, where they're saying, okay, well, we don't need to plug in at a tower. We're happy to just pick you off on the side lanes because we have the duel, we have arrow.
IG have great potential. They're farming the map a lot better. There's no pressure on them, really. I mean, DK's got a BKB almost at the Blink Dagger now, so they can fight around him if they want to. I think there is pressure on LFY to make something happen because more of the same is just going to put them further at the deficit. Clinks now has a BKB queued up. I hope they try to go for some fights or offs before Clinks gets that BKB cross. I think this lead might just get out of control.
I think they're just going to wait until IG make the move, though. I think they're a better option because they have the hook shot ready. You're going to try and get in the back line. You hope that you have some sort of advantage on them with the Clinks in behind, and you try and get a Blink Rolling Thunder. Like, to me, that seems like it's far more likely to be successful than just like wandering around for kills. But
I see what you mean. There is like a certain point where IG will want to take objectives themselves, kind of like this, and if they overextend, that's an opportunity. And with the Clink's factor, right, if you pop that backline, if you kill that Shadow Demon, all of a sudden it's a 5v4, and you can kind of break this game wide open. So I get where you're coming from, but looking at this push, can they even do that?
Yeah. They know Bobica's in the trees here. They drew a line.
Rolling Thunder. Power still goes down. LFY trying to take this fight. A lot of damage on Barak. Speed scripts used, but now big follow-up from the Sand King. Super and Yao go down right away, and now Monet on the run in a lot of trouble. SRF just needs one more, and he might just find it. Oh, Pango will actually repel him. Buyback now by Yao. And oh my, he falls to the Shadow Demon in the end. Wait, what? Q got the kill on Monet. That Shadow Poison on it.
Wow, I didn't even notice. That's
I didn't notice
brutal.
either. That's I think that's why he let him go. I was like, why did the LC not go up to high ground? He had full HP. It's a little scary, even with the Yao buyback. You know there isn't a script, and he did the math on the Shadow Poison. Well done. So there you go, Trent. They get the tower, and the fight goes to IG.
But what happened though is like, so I saw Yao drawing on the tree lines. I thought he knew that Bobica was in there. So in my mind, what was going to happen was they were going to flare over the trees, spot the Sand King, and hook in.
That would
and then look for the Pango to roll into the heroes they enclosed after. But that was not what happened. They went and they killed the Mirana, which was an okay way for it to start. But then Bobica just completely answered back the 3-man Burrow Strike in the epicenter. So the full plan did not seem to be realized.
This guy, one hell of a Sand King performance.
It's quite the
so far.
too.
Yeah, he looks really happy.
He looks like Underlord, doesn't he? His
looks like
head
they
looks
share
like Underlord.
They share a distant relative.
I think that is a bastard child there.
Whoops.
And while you're watching that,
thanks, Trent. Thanks.
What, me? How's that?
You know, you're hyping up Sand King, and you telling me the Sand Case and poking me under the table here, you rat bastard. But look at this he plays. Like, Pango's dead, they're never going to expect him to into the road. We've got a Clinks, we've got a Medallion. I think. Yep, they've got a Solar Crest even on the DP.
They don't even have an Exorcism, so yeah, this is pretty impressive.
This is very risky, but it's so risky that you would just not think that they're going to do. I also missed Clockwork tying to the bottom one because we were looking at Roche. But
hey man, he's making spins.
That's exactly it. And that's the trap. What's this Clockwork doing down here? Surely they're up to something, and lo and behold, they are. I don't know if this is enough to really get LFY back into this game. They had to pay 2 heroes and a tier 2 tower to get that agent, but at least it's something. They are so far behind in this game, they have to take some risk. They have to do something unorthodox to get back in it, because they're not going to win this one with straight 5v5 skirmish.
No, it's not lucky. I mean, XS didn't even use his BKB in that top tower push. He still has a 10-second BKB on this Dragon Knight.
I believe it. Take a look at the items here as we'll see a 5-man smoke from IG across the mid lane. Big difference in those inventories. Only a couple heroes with completed core items on LFY, and IG with a whole flurry of scary items. Even a Hyperstone now on this Dragon Knight as they Moonlight Shadow on top of the smoke. They might find a raid.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And they will. Yao with a Nightmare. Up top though, they get the duel on Super. This Death Prophet won't even get to use that haste she has bottled up. They get the high prize target. Yao with the TP out. Aggressive, not able to shoot an arrow. It's still on cooldown.
Man.
But
when
still,
you're
Death Prophet down.
When you're so far behind, you have to go for the Solar Crest instead of either the Eon Disc or the BKB or something. You're not having a great game on Death Prophet.
No. I mean, honestly, he's having a pretty good game on Death Prophet, considering the state of affairs.
I suppose so.
But you're right. When your team is this far behind, it's never a good sign. A lot of that net worth discrepancy coming from the supports as well. Being at 1.3k, the lowest on IG is Shadow Demon at 4.5k. So that alone, it's a pretty big discrepancy. He's got a Aether Lens on this Demon. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, for those disruptions.
Boca in danger zone. Might be baiting a fight here. Fiend's Grip will fit him on an arrow, just connect on team, so they'll go 1-for-1.
Oh no.
Super might have popped his ultimate a little early. Verona will get Yules, but BKB pulls the Ancients and leaps to the low ground. Aggressive still won't be able to live here, but it's going to be tight. Shadow Demon silence, no disruption. They do end up grabbing the Mirana. So it's 2-for-1. LFY actually get more out of that than predicted.
Okay. Great start killing Boca. I mean, you saw with these sports having some gold. That means when they go down, it costs them. And then we go back to farming. That is the life.
Sure do.
What else is there to do?
I think IG maybe continuing to stay defensive until the Aegis is gone.
Yep.
Be surprised and take this opportunity to finish KB on the Legion Commander. Looking for a Shadow Blade after that. Sand King now has a gem. That's quite nice.
That is the full closeout item. And there's constantly, they've already Shadow Boys over the cliffs. Ensure there's no wards up there, so now they know that this whole part of the map is clear. And they can kind of move in and just keep going by each quadrant of the map here.
Pango with the dual set.
Bane just watching these people invade on the run.
It's a tough life for Bane.
Oh, he's dropping a ward behind him too. Aware of the gem, but they won't venture that far. Just in case. So up top here, there's a hook shot ready.
There's also a Pango nearby. They are considering this. 3-on-1. Now Monet makes the
they have to go
rotation.
for this.
Aggressive. He does have 3 leaps. There's the duel set up from Pango. Rolling Thunder.
Nice.
And it's enough. Pops the BKB. Last shot from Monet. Gets it.
They're just ditching him.
Sets up onto Afu, and he'll just TP out, but Poka's there. They will leave him high and dry.
Okay, wow. The guerrilla warfare is 100% real right now. There is some weird miscommunication there, because Afu didn't hook the disruptor, or the Shadow Demon until Mirana was already dead, so like there's a bit of disruption. So, I don't know.
Peculiar.
It's like, guys, we're just going to kill this guy too, right?
I think it felt like a bait. You know, there are a lot of heroes farming the jungle. You don't know if IG are just kind of sitting on the periphery, looking to protect Mirana there. So scared of the rotations, I think, is definitely a worthy cause for concern. Definitely looked a little funny from our bird's eye view. BKB now up on the Clinks. Not too much time left on this Aegis. In fact, about 30 seconds. But he's going to go into the Daedalus coming up next. So just big time damage for the Clinks. That back line blow up the supports as we've been talking about.
Yeah, that is the end of the Aegis though. It's about to expire in just about 10 more seconds here. So that's likely the go call here for IG. Get back up on the horse.
Yeah. Things feeling maybe a little bit better for LFY, but haven't fixed any of their big problems, which is really the DK. Still farming about an item ahead of the Death Prophet. Full Assault Kuros, and going to have a Mjolnir coming up next.
They're going to smoke right through a ward too, so kind of false sense of security here. But with Mirana's positioning, that's enough that they probably won't know what's going on. Okay, now they're going through another ward here, so once again,
weaving in and out of the vision. Great use of Moonlight Shadow, looking for the push onto Super, but Boca with the stun. There's the press the attack duel. That will be the end of DP. Great way to start a fight. Now they press forward, grab the Bane as well. That'll be 2 down on LFY. IG still pretty much topped off. I think this will be an easy rotation just into that tier 2 mid.
2 straight smoke catching the DP first. Absolutely great maneuver across the map here from IG.
This is how you play an LC. They're playing around this hero so well. Mostly farming. They have the concentrated effort where you say, hey guys, let's see if we can get a duel. Okay, sweet. Right back to farming. You know, it's just almost a lockdown piece of hero more than anything else. High ground siege, no buyback available on the Death Prophet, though up in 10. DK ult saved for this, so a lot of duration left. Big damage onto the tower, rolling Thunder in. Next on a couple heroes. Pretty damage on the Mirana, enough defense disruption, but now SRF has it. Again, aggressive just gets destroyed by Monet. Now the LC also not looking so good with the right clicks. It's a great initiation from LFY as they get 2. And now Dragon Knight being pushed back. He has to pop his BKB, swap the TP into the inventory, blink away. He might still live, but it's going to be a close one. Trying to spot the trees. There's the TP out. Immunity will expire, but no way to stop it.
Wow, I can't believe you found a blink in there. That is absolutely insane. How?
I actually don't know. Either way, big swing, big goal for LFY. The perfect debut of that 10-second BKB on Clinks. As soon as he showed up for that fight, it was just over. That Mirana just straight up died. I mean, she's only got 17 armor, but still. Monet just cut right through to that.
Yeah, and if there's one thing we know about comeback heroes, some of the most successful ones, it's always about being able to take objectives extremely quickly for some sort of a victory. I mean, that fight won at their own tier 3, and they still managed to get a tower. Largely because the wave player is decent in that lane, just happened to be a good spot, but you get these Luminas, these Terror Blades, or in this case, a Clinks. Do not rely too heavily on cooldowns for shoving in building penalties.
Alright, well, let's take a second and educate the non-Clinks players out there. Blade Mail is not considered a projectile, correct?
No.
So Blade Mail is still far and large like your counter to Clinks, hops on, strafe.
If you've got enough HP, but if he's got death back going, I mean, look, he's a pretty tanky lad.
That's true, if you've got enough HP. We'll see the LC catch a duel onto the Clockwork. Probably not get damage out of this one, but still flops it down long enough to grab another kill for Invictus Gaming. So I guess that's the one thing Clayton really needs to look out for, though. EKB on, he's doing that kind of damage. Blade Mail is definitely not his.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be worrying too much about SRF, though, honestly. DK and Ron are his 2 core targets. I mean, you can see, actually, Legion started catching back up. In fact, she was going to fall behind the tank before Bubblecook got picked off later.
Well, she's at full damage now, so they're going to go into Roche. IG recognizing that letting LFI sneak that Roche did let them hang on to some momentum and prevent the early game from being completely disastrous. Now, 32 minutes, it's a manageable golden. 8-25 feels massive, but 5K net worth, that's one team. Why wipe them once, they're right back even. Aegis cheated now, we'll see if IG can further this lead. They smoke up straight out of the pit, still about half duration on the DKO. Who will they find?
Wards. Look at they're seeing everyone's movements in here. It's, yeah, a little bit of a painful experience there. Using Clockwork means they don't have that vision across the map, looking for the pit whenever they want to check. They probably thought that it was going on, but they also didn't have the thunder up. So much off there.
So the smoke will not yield much. LFY just splitting outside of the base, still trying to get some farm. Clinks now with the Crystalists.
A real victory for the Ravine will be getting that gem.
Oh yeah.
As so far it's just letting IG control everything vision-wise. And they're already at a vision advantage because of the Moonlight Shadow.
Pango's got the Basher queued up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Some extra control. KB. There. The S&Y on Marana.
Dire's
Trying to get a little more survivability against the Clinks.
Interesting. General tank ability, maybe not feeling like it can go for Saudi or something.
I was thinking it would kind of be Manta, but no Orchid queued up for Clinks at all. In fact, Lincoln's going to be the choice after Daedalus. I guess with BKB, Manta feels like overkill in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Manta Clinks does not feel that great.
Manta on Marana.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Clinks and the Lincolns.
No, I was talking about Clinks anticipating he might go Orchid. I'm not.
You're saying. I got you.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you were on.
Yeah. Why did I say that's so weird? BKB used by TP, as well as the LC. It's a pretty good initiation here. They've already got Yao on the backside. Super does get off the Exorcism, but not going to get healed up by the Shrine. Buyback from the Bane. It's still a 4v5. BKB caught by Monet defensively. Pango rolling them through, breaking up the fire a little bit, but not really doing too much damage. Defensive nightmare. Eyes time for the Clockwork, but this fight is not looking good for LFY. Afu almost TP's home, will not make it there, and on the other side, LFY just head right down mid. They want to cut this creep wave. Smart play from Monet.
Yeah, he came into that fight and didn't have strafe up. I think just from farming. So hard game, you know. And has the pop his BKB and just run.
Yeah. So anyway, since Clinks didn't get Orchid, Marana doesn't have to get. That's what we're getting at.
I tell you, if there is any way to tell how important positioning is on Clinks, taking the 100 attack range over the 20 HP regen. I mean, it's true. It's not going to save you during a fight and everything, but it's, you know, when you look at that, you're just like, damn, that's a lot of HP regen.
He has 5 now, just for reference.
Yeah.
So it's like a 5xer on where it'll be.
But no, it's totally right. It is, I'm sure, the correct thing to do.
Yeah, you're at that stage where don't really care about regen. You kill creeps fast enough that I get it. I would definitely be favoring the attack range as well. Rolling Thunder again, up top, Baboka.
That is one thing, is that he can just keep using that to teep out. However, that has, you know, that's part of why he doesn't have it when things like the Roche pit happens, you know?
Yeah. It's a cute little play, but it's definitely not the shortest cooldown. 70 seconds, not the longest cooldown either. So, Maelstrom now, and then the old Basher.
Yeah, it's a weird hero to build, too. This defensive and offensive combination. Going for things like auras with the Greaves, and then heading back towards damage, like Swashbuckle useful.
This DK, he actually changed his mind. He wasn't the Maelstrom. Mass Exodus here as they all TP, but he's going to go straight damage. He's got a cart stick queued up now. Chrysalis and the Recipe coming for the Courier, but they're not an uncommon item on DK, but it feels like at this stage you'll often see like MKB, definitely Mjolnir, those stepping stone type damage items rather than just straight crit.
Yeah. But unusual.
Disc on the way from Sand King.
DP never got into her. She went for the Shiva's Guard instead. Her next choice too. It's kind of interesting. Talk about this Eon Disc being a fairly good item. One would think against the Legion commanders, can't be instantly jumped.
Yeah. Good point, especially given Super's been caught in three engagements now by a Blink Duel. The last one was the first time he didn't just get blown up and was still at least able to use BKB Exorcism and have some semblance of team fight, but still, damage was done. You never want to pop that Exorcism BKB on 20 HP. That never feels great.
Well, LFY, they should know Aegis is gone. I think they're going to smoke here and try and find a fight. The Aegis being down once that dragon is killed. And this is their last chance, I think, to try and save the base. I don't know. Waves are in a pretty good spot. I guess they think that IG are smoking. That's what this is.
Both teams in a little bit of a standoff type position.
It's, I don't know. I'm not sure. They have a gem on the Pango, so I guess they should know that they're not in Vision.
Both teams gem down. Looks like it. Vision definitely a little more limited. Also, that stage of the game where you can feel a little more confident with your Mirana, just burning these moonlight shadows, looking to see what you can find. If you don't catch anything, basically just a smoke on a shorter cooldown.
Top tower is under attack.
Of course, that 25 talent, godlike, minus 20 or 5 on the moonlight shadow cooldown.
I feel like aggressive Q and Bobica has been holding hands for the past, I'd say, 25 minutes. Like. Ever since they first went mid as a trio, they have just been together almost non-stop.
Yeah. Feels like IG are a little scared right now. Really respecting the power of LFY despite having such a big advantage. 8 to 28. K still farming at the top. Even Mirana has overtaken the leading farmer of LFY.
And these moments feel that great when you're playing Dragon Knight too, right? Because he never wants to ult just to farm. So when you're not fighting and you're not taking objectives, it just means he's essentially losing out on his dude.
Kind of, yeah. We have seen some DKs like use the ult to farm ancients and stuff, but it is a risky proposition. If you get scouted out or you get caught at the wrong time.
Yeah, you simply can't at this point in the game. And right now they're all sitting on a warp, but the Pango's not here with Gem. Needs to clear this out.
Is this the opportunity? IG are making the rotation. Nice use of the ward. Will get killed immediately. Still confirms there's a rotation coming their way. Stalemate continues as both sides back up. LFY head to the west side of the map.
And they got a big break, I think, by not losing a tier 3 at the very least from the last Aegis and Cheese. I'm pretty shocked. I really thought I'd be able to make that push, and I think that's going to hurt them in the end. Because now they are relying on another one of those pickoffs on the Clockwork, because Clockwork should be the hero that's controlling the Roche Pit over and over. And Moonlight Shadow very far away from any enemy heroes, so perhaps thinking we're going to catch someone right there in the river. They had that Observer Sentry combo, but the LFY have backed away. Yao, I think, has been hugging this cliff for so long. He's either here or with the,
look at that farm discrepancy on the bottom 4. Bane is still so poor compared to the Shadow Demon. Bane's have the items.
Yeah.
He's got a mango.
And at this point, it's not even anything like Tower Gold or something, right? Like, Shadow Demons get 66 last hits.
A lot of it's just hero kills, too. That's another big difference. Earn now getting to be picked up by Q. This is a serious stalemate here, Trent. Both sides very much struggling to find the initiation. Playing very tight, all within an arm's length of each other. Roshan, late respawn. Going to be another 2 minutes before it comes up. IG obviously don't have that last Aegis, but they do still have the cheese in the inventory of the DK. So if they get the next Roche, they'll have double cheese, Aegis, and refresher. This is going to be a big one. Also, visibility now on LC. It's a Lothar's.
That's why I need this Aegis to have a chance, it feels like to me. Whereas IG, as long as they don't get like wiped at the pit, like if I sneak the Roche, I don't feel that bad. It's like, yeah. Good for LFY, and it gets them into a fighting stance, but I don't think it automatically means IG lose. I think if IG just get this, I would be floored if they don't get a Rex off of Aegis cheese refresher. That seems a completely done deal.
I'm with you. I don't know how you hold once they have double cheese, Aegis refresher.
Yeah.
Such a hero like DK with that refresher.
with 2 cheese, I mean, obviously he would use both.
Well, with the refresher.
I get that.
Does the refresher shard refresh cheese?
I would assume so, yeah.
I would assume so too, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen somebody with 2 cheeses. Cheese, refresher
we
shard,
are learning
cheese again.
so much right now. Hover over that cheese. It is not a consume, it's a fondue. You have a cheese fondue.
Wow. Oh my god.
Actually a fight?
On Pangolier, they get the duel. Pango's gonna get popped.
Oh, it's
just like
fondue.
That. He's buyback though. And now Akbu's behind, and he's going to be this next target. They manage to keep him alive, but BKB gets popped. Maran commits for it. Now Stupor in some trouble, perhaps. All BKBs are flying, but IG might have damage. Fiend's Grip onto the Dragon Knight. They can't finish off SRF. Instead, they have to turn on the DK. Clix is going to lose that BKB, and he's forced to retreat. Super's lost his, and he's taking way too much damage. XXS is an absolute machine right now. Buyback used on the Clockwork as well as the Sand King. Angolier, if he dies here, it's going to be a dieback. He doesn't have no way to get out, and he is in the grave for 110. DP also down without buyback. He will be able to buy back into this one, but IG might not even go for Roche and instead just look to cripple it. LFY just tap out.
GG. Bringing the wave mid. Okay, you see what happened here is we talk super serious for like 15 minutes and nothing happens, so I need to distract you away from the instantly there's a team fight.
That is true. Yeah. That is true.
Trying to make you miss it.
The fondue came in handy
in the clutch.
DK. That was an appropriate time to learn that quick little bit.
He's a gourmet.
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
Shifted.
It seems like teams are ready.
Naga wasn't banned last time, was it?
I believe she was. I think
She
it
was.
was Wisp something, then Naga was the third ban from LFY.
Yep. It was. I remember thinking like, okay, we're finally seeing a Naga ban here.
Yeah,
Because
and IG banned the ET, and then I think LGD might have banned Beastmaster. I'm not sure.
that sounds correct.
Because we didn't see him, so I'm just going to assume he was banned.
Pretty sure.
That's fair.
5
We'll
seconds.
see
remaining.
Miranda slip through again. That seems like a hero. It's getting banned out from time to time.
I really like that because I feel like that was one of the biggest issues. Like I remember at the very start of that Sand King burrow into immediate like leap arrow and just dead.
It was Venno, actually. So Beastmaster just went untouched, actually, in the last draft.
Invictus
Interesting.
Gaming's
Isn't
turn
it kind of crazy
And
to
there
think
it is.
about how Mirana has changed so drastically just from having charges on her leaps? Like, isn't it insane to think she used to not have 3 leaps? It was just one, a one and done, and how terrible she was compared to now?
No, I strongly disagree. One leap was way better in a lot of ways.
How so?
It had a shorter cooldown and it affected your teammates.
The team leap
You could be a
was
support
awesome.
Mirana. The team leap for Roshan for pushing, it was
Yeah.
really, really good. That was Mirana in her prime before. Like she's hitting a new prime. Don't get me wrong, but when the 3 leaps got added, it was actually a big nerf to Mirana. It was way
Yes,
worse.
That is true.
It was a staging nerf. It was a nerf temporarily so that we could get our footing and get used to it, and then slowly build her back up.
Didn't
you
they used
know?
to have like 900 range or something?
Yeah, you
crazy
can't
like
just
that too.
Yeah.
Nuts.
What's impressive to me is just like how little her last change was and how much it has just shoved her into the meta. Like in combination with the fact that Maelstrom is so much better now because of the build up and everything. That's a big reason. But
That's true.
I mean, it was plus 20 attack on all levels. Plus 20 attack speed, right? That was the change.
It's very big at level 1 though, because it
Yeah.
doubled the attack speed bonus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like the
something like
level 1 leap, like for your laning stage, suddenly went from 20 to 40 attack speed. It was pretty significant. But
So I'm actually super excited about this. So when I saw Mirana, I was ready to call it right there. I was like, GG, whatever, that's done. I'm over it.
They've got Mirana, guys.
That like literally that's the level that I'm feeling at Mirana right now. But this Warlock Faceless Void, this is a really cool answer to it, I feel like, which is go back, mass team fight, and I think this could potentially work.
Go back to how you won the first series.
Yeah.
It feels
Yes.
like.
Yeah, absolutely.
they're not going to have an ET, but you can get other stuff to pair with a Chronosphere.
Yep. We still have that Skywrath Zeus as well, both in the pool.
At least
Although,
for now.
I will say Skywrath has not shown up in China.
Uh-uh.
Not been a popular hero versus the other regions where it's extremely common.
Yeah. And it does seem like a little bit of an answer to Mirana, bringing that early silence, some big burst damage. That's, silence is great lockdown for her.
I wonder if they are going to go for like a Spectre or a morph. That's their plan here. If they really want to do.
Yes, perfect. I was going to say, I think they needed to ban Undying. Because if you want to try this mass team fight, I think IG have shown they have an answer to that. And that is they do this Undying draft, and they just go super fast at you, and this game is over before you're even off the ground.
Yeah. So, what does Super pick here? They have found his weakness. They banned DP Lina and pick Dragon Knight.
I was about to say Lina, but then that was banned too. That's
So what do we got here, boy? Is this the Alchemist? I mean, what do we...
The Pugna?
What do you got? Pugna is still a legitimate option. I like that.
I think you could play like a Zeus mid. That seems like an okay superhero.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Superhero.
Gods, the Alchemist is too dead. 0% they pull out an Alchemist.
0%. If they pull an Alchemist right now, I will give you 200 Canadian dollars.
Okay.
Which is roughly like
200 to 0
American or
odds.
something.
Okay, I like this. This is good. I'll take that bet, Trent.
That's 100 toonies.
It's not even a bet. It's like infinite odds. It's just you don't have to give them anything.
I'm so confident that I will just pay you if this happens. I don't even need a reward.
No.
Because I know. This is a binary choice. Okay, I certainly don't think it's good. I'm just wondering, you're down. This is like this is your techie's time. This is you pull out your pocket strat, whatever your wild card is, and that is, it's a shitty wild card, but it's one.
Oh, speak of the devil, they thought the same thing. They went to the draft and were like, oh, hey, guys, Beastmaster was ignored.
So this is now, it's Monet on Faceless Void, so he's probably going to go that like max bash build and just try and like pummel them down. Pretty cool. I like it.
It's definitely good.
I feel like they almost need to go like
10 seconds remaining.
an Invoker or something big out of like the mid. Like they've got, need some huge team fight.
Super can play Invoker. He used to play quite a bit of it. More Quaswex though.
They do have a good Invoker team. You've got some big lockdowns for Sunstrikes. It's definitely greedy, but you're playing a Vision game with the Beastmaster. Invoker does tend to play around Vision quite well. I'm pretty cynical about Invoker right now, though. I think he's relatively just a pretty weak mid laner.
He's not good versus DK in lane.
Yeah, that's definitely a part. And he needs a lot and is more easily punishable than a hero like DK, for example. You know, if the game doesn't go Invoker's way, he's really not having a good time.
I just feel like you don't have much damage right now out of Void. You don't have much damage out of Beastmaster. You have damage amp with Warlock, but if you're relying on that, it's kind of tough.
Really feels like they need that Skywrath or Zeus.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Zeus as a core could work. Zeus as a 4 is fine, but
I'm looking. It's IG's answer here. I think Witch Doctor stands out as a hero that's fairly good in case because you're assuming this is going to be Beastmaster +1, aggro lane, and someone that you're going to need to protect. So I feel like you're getting a defensive support that has some sort of sustain, and they've taken the Warlock already for LFY. But Void or like Witch Doctor's not that great versus Faceless Void, and there's not that many position 5s that counter Void very well.
So the save options though, like the Oracle, the Shadow Demons, those. The Venge was one of the old school
Venge
favorites
isn't terrible.
as well.
Is there any merit to a super Beastmaster?
I was thinking that against the DK.
I don't know how that matchup goes in the current day and age.
It's okay.
It's good for Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sick pick.
The snipe.
They have stolen it.
Yeah.
That is so value, actually.
And they've got pretty good setup for him as well. 2 pretty good stuns. Dragon Tail as well as the arrow.
There isn't a great setup for the arrow, though. Like, if they hit the arrow, then it's really great for Sky.
So who's our IG offlaner now to go with this Skywrath Mage? Are they going to Axe?
Perhaps.
5 seconds.
Axe, they also like Legion Commander a lot this team.
Oh, Legion Commander versus the Roar, too.
Yep. I think Legion Commander has some good value this game.
Oh, now Leshrac picked up, so...
Could be a Super Lesh.
Yeah, could be a support. Definitely leaves this last pick open-ended.
That feels like it's going to be their position 4 to go with the Beastmaster, I think. That'll be their spam lane.
I think they really wanted Skywrath.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, Skywrath just goes so well with Void.
10
Like,
seconds remaining.
and if you Fatal Bond someone and then put a Mystic Flare on them, you are
5
extremely
seconds
pleased.
remaining.
Worried about IG taking Beastmaster away, I guess?
Oh, I think you take the Beast first. I wasn't thinking about IG picking Sky, personally.
Especially since we've seen him so little. It feels like a little bit of a curveball. Reading this draft very well. Running low on reserve time here, though. IG are going to have to make a decision.
LFY's turn to battle.
And it will be the Axe.
The Axe.
Aerith.
He's looking for a Potom partner.
Just super solid Skywrath Mage. Good against Beastmaster.
You ban Bane here if you're LGD.
Definitely can. That would kind of round out their drop pretty well.
I might ban the Shadow Demon because it does the same thing, but it has the setup for the arrow as well, and it also counters the chrono. But look at the clock, actually. Okay, that's fair, I suppose.
Perhaps expecting more. I guess Sky can lane with Axe, but then you can pick a melee support for the Marana.
Yeah, Shadow Demon might feel a little bit better. You've got a lot of damage amp with him and Skywrath. A little bit of a squishy support duo, but
10 seconds remaining.
Probably get away with it.
Play decent amount of Tusk. I wouldn't mind seeing that hero here.
Yeah, I think Tusk versus the Roar is also fine. You can't pull people out of Chrono with Snowball. That is one problem.
Yeah,
but
still get a lot of value out of the spell, though.
I still think Shadow Demon will it if they want to get.
I think either is perfectly fine.
Mage, Shadow Demon.
Not a lot of pressure on this last pick, I don't think. It doesn't have a lot of merit on your whole game, and so it will be the Tusk.
Alright, good call. LFY.
Alright, your hopes for TI LFY. You have 1 minute and 20 seconds.
So this is
figure this out.
This is like the moment of truth where is Super playing Beastmaster, Lesh, or Pugna? Okay, so there's your superhero. That means it is a support Lesh and will indeed be the Beastmaster for the offlane.
Guys, I just want to say, if this was indeed the last game of the Chinese qualifiers, I feel like we just did fairly well in that draft. So,
Yeah.
you know, round of applause for the couch before they.
Hey, we brought
And to you guys.
There were a lot of heroes. You know.
What is Super gonna pick? Well, there's only one hero left. It's got to be the Pugna.
That's fair enough.
Well played there, Lyrical. So,
And to me, when I'm looking at that, this is going to lead into my prediction. I feel like if we can tell that from the second or third pick, like
IG's.
They still picked
IG knew what they were going
Skywrath
up
into it,
against.
dude. Just think of it like, I mean, they picked Skywrath. You know, he's not a happy boy with the Pugna there.
That's fair enough. I'm thinking IG though might do this.
Gods, are you in the LFY camp?
Yeah, I think LFY have a draft that can win the game. Very fast-paced lineup with a lot of push, some good team fight, but IG has looked better. It's going to come down to like getting those good BKB timings, so I feel like once Mirana and DK get their BKBs, they're looking pretty scary.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Couch, thank you. Will return or not? That's all on LFY. I will say personally, I might call myself a Lesh hater, but what I truly am is an Axe hater. Not a fan of Axe. I find this hero, people struggle so much to transition out of the laning phase. Yes, battle hunger's annoying. That's cool. But I feel like I never see Axe win. He buys a Vanguard, and his blink comes 8 minutes later, and he doesn't kill anyone.
Well, we have seen that as a theme many a time when Axe is picked up. Incredible start, 9-minute Vanguard, and then, okay, what happens with this farm? He gets a blink, he gets killed a couple times, and there's no transition. But I often feel the same way about LC. And we saw a hell of an LC execution in the game prior as well, so I am going to stick in the IG camp, Trent, and leave you all alone on LFY Island. We'll see if they can do it with their massive amount of crowd control. They do have some pretty good team fight. Chrono, Rock, Primal Roar, a lot of ways to start off these fights, and also a lot of follow-up damage from this supporting cast. So I do have some faith. LFY certainly have some win conditions. All going to come down to the executions. Early invasion here, going for the bounty runes. 3 of LFY putting on some pressure with their aggressive positioning. Q still hasn't skilled up anything. Maybe looking for a fishing arrow, though, is Baboka. He rotates in. IG are not going to let this go without a fight. The arrow splits the 9s, does not connect. Oh, they're going to get all 4. It looks like it.
GG! IG betters, I hope you are sweating it right now. That should be the next big thing instead of first 10 kills.
First to 4 bounties.
All 4 bounty runes. And the odds on that would be so good.
That sounds like a ridiculous thing to
It happens so rarely. What do you think the payout would be? Like times 20 or something?
I still can't believe there are a lot of bookkeepers that take bets for whether the game will end in even or odd kill score, and that is just one of the craziest things to me. It is like the epitome of random. How do you
flipping a coin?
It is like, why not just bet on flipping a coin then? It's like, oh,
I don't know many sites that let you bet on someone live flipping a coin.
I'm sure it exists in Vegas.
That is true. There's probably a whole room dedicated to it, actually.
I mean, it's just, there is no prediction there. You know, first to 10 kills, totally get that one, but all right. Oh, this is an odd game.
Well, I'll call myself an Axe hater, but in this situation, it looks pretty good. Oh, well, that is not the place to watch, though.
Not looking great.
Don't
for
listen
Lesh.
to me.
Misses the split earth. He will survive this early onslaught. But yeah, definitely expect some aggression in the bottom lane. Luckily for LFY, they will have the Warlock, so Monet going to get healed up. But yeah. SRF with a lot of aggression.
So that is the counter that has been the go-to for this combination. You get the Warlock versus the Axe Skywrath. You're feeling good about it. But Faceless Void, if there's one thing this guy loves, it is burst damage, because he can just time walk it off. But this is damage that's just very intermittent over time and really irritating trying to deal. Warlock has left the box, my friend.
Yeah.
You gotta listen. You can't leave the box.
He does have a lot of stick charges, but SRF still able to cut the lane. I'm not really sure who this lane is favoring right now. The Void is handling this pressure very well. Axe is actually struggling to get some of these last hits. He will finally finish off this wave. Cutting the wave like this does make Monet's life more difficult. The battle hunger on top of Yao, you know he's not going to be sniping too many last hits, certainly not going to be getting many denies. So it is a pretty effective spell in this situation.
Yeah, and Axe is just getting every single last hit, right? Like, you have to deal with the tower when you're the Faceless Void.
Yeah, and it hurts. The tower does a lot of damage. Your Quelling Blade is not quite enough. So back up top. Oh, actually good timing. Snowball onto Lesh. Skywrath has rotated, and Baboka will help his team find the first blood. It's aggressive to get you that bonus gold. Putting a little extra damage onto the Beastmaster as well.
Now that is interesting, and look what Axe is doing. Yao is getting run down here with the creep wave following the Axe.
Oh, there he is.
No one can help him. And so Axe is just kind of guaranteed for these last hits. Again, they don't even need the Skywrath Mage. This is going to be a back and forth here.
Yeah, there is not a hell of a lot Yao can do. He does have stick charges, has mangoes, so he'll be pretty safe in that regard. Back up top, initiation onto the Beastmaster. Follow-up kill, very nasty tri-lane for IG in their safe lane. Now SRF.
Dude, chaos is just raining down here.
Yeah, Monet not able to really leave the box, and SRF says, hey there, Warlock. You want to party? I've got a lot of creeps here.
Yeah, and he's a TP scroll too. So if he's ever in trouble, he just TPs back out. There's nothing they can do.
He's done the math on Warlock right clicks here, but I don't think they hurt too bad. Oh, they chase down Akbu in the enemy jungle, so there is a lot of chaos here, that's for sure, Trent. SRF, he's just going to walk away from that. Yao has absolutely no way to stop him. It'll be 3-0, and already a good start for IG. We have not checked in on the mid, but it's all DK all day. 21-5 versus the 17-0 of Super.
Yeah, not a hero you can really abuse too much. Actually, surprised Super managed to get that deny. Just sniping it in between breathe fires there, so that's kind of your big solution to the decrep. And he'll have the soul ring now just to deal with this. But so SRF comes back down. He's got the ring of health, and I feel like this is just over. Like, Yao is getting no experience because he's back here dealing with SRF far away from the creep wave. So they have to bring down Afu. They needed some sort of a solution.
Well, Axe may end up going down this time.
Yeah, he's dead.
Nothing you could do there, but talk about pulling attention from the rest of the team. This is just like an Axe against the world. I will say Monet really is farming through it quite well. 22 last hits. He's not that far behind the DK. It's not ideal, but he's still farming. And now he's going to have some space. The Axe, of course, going down. He's going to have to head back to lane. He's actually going to head into the jungle. Level 4 right now.
Yeah, and although it was costly on the end of Yao, just because he's not getting anything, as you said, it just means that Monet is like, okay, well, I have a free lane. I had to tank all this tower, but that's totally fine. And he's almost on his way into the treads already.
Yeah, and the Dire supports aren't really that much worse off for it. Tusk is just about to roll over level 3, but Boca hit level 3 in the top lane. Even aggressive here on the Mirana, 22 last hits, 8 behind that of the Faceless Void. So they have spent more time killing than farming perhaps up in this top lane, but drawing those comparables, LFY actually have the net worth lead right now.
Yeah, and Monet moves forward to get the bounty rune, steals it away from IG there, and then runs past his own. Oh, I was going to say, Super's on the way for the bottom. I didn't see him sneaking his way down there.
Yep. IG try to invade up top, but still an advantage for LFY with the bounty runes. Started off very aggressive, and now things quieting down a little bit. Got some tri-lane action here in the top. Yao going to be the target of choice as he gets initiated on. Arrow connects, and there will be no survival for the Warlock. Down bottom, Lesh is rotated.
He just got so many bashes. There was a call from SRF, and he got perma-bashed the whole time.
Well,
no spins for SRF.
Monet does not have another time walk here. Up in 5. SRF limited on places to go. Eats the tree, and Monet will be able to find the vision for Afu to get the kill. So this Axe starting to get punished for this kind of early aggression. 4-2.
Yeah, the fact that Yao wasn't leeching any experience meant that there wasn't any sort of an XP advantage for the Axe over Monet. So Faceless Void can pretty much hold his own against almost any offlaner as long as they're the same level.
Top. Beastmaster initiated on, but Boca wrapped around the backside. Just had a little extra damage. Yao already used his heal. On the run, will get chased down into the tower. Stick charges buying him enough HP to survive. Close call, but he does live.
Yeah, still a very even game. I guess what it comes down to is just in terms of how much that net worth and like where it's distributed. Largely, it's just kind of even. Everyone's got a little buddy on the net worth chart, really. Just the Void and the Pugna, you could say, are just a slight edge ahead of their counterparts on the enemy team. But other than that, it's pretty well aligned the rest of the way down.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Monet just kind of sitting here with this first chrono, and when the fact that they missed out on that Skywrath Mage means that they do not really have a great partner for first chrono.
Yeah, it's definitely a much better start than last game for LFY. Mid, the DK gets low, but not enough to finish him off. 20 stick charges. Guess not surprising against a Pugna. Still a lot of pressure on him, though. Not bad for the DK, but not quite in that same free farm heaven. Actually still out CSing the Pugna, but not ahead when it comes to the actual net worth.
Moves for the Radiant. If it's not going to be that first Chrono, the Beastmaster would be someone you want to look towards, but he's only level 4 right now. So... Yeah, it is true. SRF is farming very well. He is still 1,500 gold up ahead of the Axe at this point. And he's almost into the blade mail. 400 gold away-ish.
Blade mail is pretty good this game.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Pretty into the blade mail. Always a scary item from the perspective of the Pugna. You know, once you cast that Q, there's no taking it back. It's a lot of damage potentially to return.
They're not even going to try Nether Blast that last little tower. Oh, they found a Chrono, that's why.
And it's on the Tusk.
Okay.
So, congratulations, you killed the position 4. Who do I sound like?
I think that might be me. Great play by Yao there. Sneaks up and gets a ward up on the high ground. Not a very expected time for that to happen.
Okay.
So unlikely to be dewarded, I would say.
Yeah, you can see this Dire Sentry kind of anticipating potential deep wards like that, but like you said, not the stage of the game. Still a tier 2 mid. Wouldn't really expect that high ground to be under siege yet, but LFY know they've got some momentum. Baboka gets time dilated. Oh, there's SRF with the initiation, and Void is down. He's got the Aegis, so he's coming on back. They've lost Baboka as the Beastmaster jumps in, but SRF surviving is aggressive, doing huge damage. Monet gets the bash he was looking for. Buyback from the Skywrath. LFY take a decent fight, but they are repelled. Void forced the BKB kind of defensively, and Lesh does get left behind.
Almost short. Extra one there.
Falls short, but they're going to get him after all. XXS with the Dragon Tail. Follow-up arrow. LFY lose 3 and their Aegis in exchange for only the Axe and the Skywrath. Now, Skywrath did buy back, so not an economic gain for him, but still a gain for the team.
Yeah.
They will try to get this tier 1 mid.
I like the idea of using the Aegis like that to force a fight. I don't like it when you don't have Chrono. That I will say.
Yeah, using Chrono to kill the position 4, hashtag worth, question mark?
No, that did not end up working out too well for them.
You're not scared of this Mirana Trent? She's farming towards the Maelstrom. You don't think she can still carry this game to glory?
I'm shocked XXS has caught up so well.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that crazy? This guy had a BKB and a Bracer for the longest time. Then he bought a Blink Dagger, which also doesn't really increase his farm speed, but he's back on top.
Yeah.
3-2-2.
You're right.
KDA. Feeling good?
Wow.
Easy shot.
Dragon Knight.
Not the way his game's actually going. His game's going great.
With the lucky numbers. So, LFY, though, the KDA is pretty telling of how they've been executing this game. Both Monet and Super have not died a single time.
Well, actually, Monet did die, but he had Aegis. You fool.
Idiot. Also, the Guardians up on Pugna. So, like you mentioned, quite good here. Full sustainability gives him a purge for himself. Where's this blade mail, SRF? Oh, there it is.
It's hard to tell. I don't think they... Oh, no, they did smoke on the other ward. So, yeah, they 100% just smoked on a ward.
It's big time. Less than ideal scenario. However, the Dire not really backing up. There's the scan, so they do see this coming. They're pretty spread out right now, and Tusk maybe gets caught again. Whoa, blink from the Beastmaster. Almost finds him. Moonlight Shadow. Ward comes down. They dust it, but Axe is there. Tries to catch Super. XXX with some follow-up. Super goes down first. Slam dunk from Axe. Now off Boo gets dropped. Aggressive is hungry. They're going to find Yao. He's going to get killed next, and it's a bloody disaster for LFY. This Void will BKB. He chronos defensively, tries to TP out, but SRF schoolboys him outside of his own chrono. Oh, lordy. Beastmaster, well, he's going to push top. He's going to do what he can. So what happened there, Trent? Your boys are falling flat.
Perfectly, like, it showcases exactly the difference between this boring IG stuff we've been talking about and when you don't play boring. First off, going for that play behind the tier 2 in the mid lane without chrono, never something IG would do. With the way they've been playing, so reserved, so patient, you won't see that. This exact same play, you got to smoke up. First off, it was under, again, great forward vision from IG, which is what won them game 1, I would say. They had 2 wards in the Radiant jungle at the time that spotted the smoke of all those heroes. They knew where they were coming. And again, it wasn't that great and looking of an initiation, and yet they still went for it. Outside of LFY.
Looks like the Radiant offlaner is going to die again. I like this. I'm glad that we're so polarizingly into the opposite squads here, because IG is looking good.
Well, I just hate Axe. I think IG's great.
I think IG's great.
They're in my compendium. It's okay.
Dude, this Axe is balling right now. He's going to have a BKB next. He just picked up that Blade Mail already with an Ogre Club. Now the Maelstrom on Mirana. Let's check out the item progression over here. Void working on the Shadow Blade. Keyword working.
I will say the large successes for Axe have all come from counter initiations, which is great. Yeah,
you see that graph?
Yeah. Jeez, I wish that your stupid face is being shown right now. My God, you look so smug.
Yep.
It is a plummet. There is no denying that.
Oh yeah, that's a water slide if I ever saw one. DK, looking for a Heart of Trask. So just going Beefcake.
Great
Good
on
choice.
Okay.
I think against Pugna, you know, against the Chrono, even Roar, you just need to survive. You survive that initial volley, you get off your BKB. Kind of unlikely they'll be able to finish you off through the Badger community. So.
Yeah, and IG are just going right down the exact same plans as the game before. Just buy themselves a gem around the 25-minute mark with a decent lead, start to close it out, secure second Roche, and use Dragonite to take objectives.
Yep. At this point, feels like a rinse and repeat type scenario. Now there's a lot of pressure on LFY to turn it around with successful team fight prowess. They do still have the ultimates to make it happen, right? Anytime there's Chrono and Rock available, plus all of their other follow-up damage, you've got the capacity to take a sick team fight if you can somehow get IG within your grasp. I think SRF has done a really good job hanging back in these fights, so he's not the one getting caught, and then he's able to counter-initiate. Honestly, it's felt like a big part of how IG's been able to maintain
and look
this
where they're
lead.
going in right now. Look where Q is. Like, he is just completely the dummy. He just walks up way ahead.
Dummy.
Like,
I think Meat Shield is a nicer way to say that. You know, he's like the target. He goes in first. He's the dumb one that they put in first.
No, a target dummy.
Oh, a target dummy.
Yeah, not like an idiot.
Not like an. Oh, okay. I heard that the wrong way. My bad.
You fool.
The idiot that we put in the front lines.
Man, this Tusk is level 15. You would think he had the XP talent. Q slaying at this game.
Yeah, he went for the gold.
Yeah, of course. Never take the XP talent, ladies and gentlemen. It's just longer respawn timers. That's all it is on Tusk. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Usually those early XP talents feel great because you're rushing towards the 25, and then you look at the Tusk 25s and go, wait a second.
Why would I want either of those?
Wait a second. Why did I read all those tomes? I'm not enlightened.
The Shard one is okay, actually. And plus, if you manage to play that core, like, position 3.5 Tusk, you can take the XP.
Yeah,
however.
I mean, the Shards are... It's not a bad talent, but for a level 25 talent, you know,
for a hero that dies very quickly.
Let's compare that to, I don't know, 40 strength for DK, for example. Now, that's a 25 talent.
That should be Tusks.
Now, that would be worth taking.
I feel like... Oh, yeah, he used to have a way higher health one. I'm pretty sure. His old 20 used to be like 500.
All I know is 12% Walrus Punch is god-awful. It might be the worst 25 talent. It is one of the
For the hero, yes. But when you play him in Turbo, it is great. Just so you know. And that is a Meteor Hammer on LFY.
That's true.
Wow,
And also a smoke.
That's
Moonlight
not a
Shadow.
solar
He catches two. It's a good Chrono. They've got a dust.
Dude, he just Meteor Hammered.
Okay.
There's no way that's the play. There's two heroes like... What are you doing?
I don't know if I've ever seen this.
What? That
Why?
was so unnecessary. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, it helps him take objectives.
Well, there's no...
Gives him solo kill potential, right?
That's like
Roaring
saying, why did he buy a Desolator here? Well, it gives you minus armor. I mean, yes, that is a true statement, but I don't know. It's definitely an odd pickup.
Hey, man, it just means that if he's by himself, he buys a lot of time for someone to close the gap.
That's true.
That's how I would say.
I feel like we've just seen Meteor Hammer like, almost exclusively on Naga. That's the only hero I can think of in recent history. Oh, well, last time I saw Treant played. Yeah,
hey, he gets picked. You know, Head Vega made it to the playoffs. The Zayat's Treant.
He gets picked by that team in CIS that went 0-5. Oh, wow, that's a commanding reason to put Treant in my next Battle Cup draft.
Bunch of haters.
Yes. You know, some heroes are...
Hey, look at this.
Just
hey, Roche, eat it.
Well, that's pretty nice. Meteor Hammer on Roche. I don't know if they'll be able to kill him fast enough, though. This time, IG are in the vicinity. Remember, Chrono's on cooldown, so this is not the time for LFY to try to force this. And Q will rendezvous with his teammates here. They smoke up, and now they might head into the pit themselves. Of course, they are aware of this timing on the Chrono.
Moonlight's back in about 5 seconds here, which is what I'm sure they're looking for here. SRF is the one in charge. He's going to find some clumped heroes. He's going to go for the jump. Or is he?
XXS goes in first, follow-up arrow, and they're just going to pop the Lesh.
Yeah, SRF is waiting here, hoping that someone else will show. But no one went to save the Lesh track, which is great, because they would have got demolished by X.
This is so smart, though. Use the DK ult to get the pick off with an Arcane Rune, so it's coming up in super short cooldown. They'll be able to finish off Roche most likely, unless Lesh wants to use the buyback. Beastmaster up top, feigning like he wants to come down. They will smoke up, it seems. IG being a little bit cautious here at the Roche pit.
Yeah, with the status of the lanes, they're just confident enough to leave Roche. They say, come on back. Try it again.
Void almost scouted out.
There are Radiant sentries here.
Be a little careful. Beastmaster doing a good job with the split push.
Big pickup for the Mjolnir on aggressive.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know, doesn't Necro Book help you take objectives on Beastmaster too?
That's expensive. Doesn't give you as great, just like these 6 stats, dude. 12 strength, 12 int, 4 HP regen.
I mean, yeah,
You're a good item.
you're making a good case.
I don't know. It's an inflame build.
Well, Primal Roar on the DK. Follow-up Chrono. Looks like to be a dead Dragon Knight. Instant buyback. SRF with the Blaze. Follow-up stun from the Warlock, but they've already lost the Lesh. Now the Pugna falls, and down goes the Beastmaster to boot. Monet, the hero that LFY need to save the day. He'll get stunned and brought down. Q will not survive through the damage. Buybacks aplenty coming from LFY, and now IG need to back up. It's 1 buyback for IG and 3 used for LFY. We'll look at this recap here momentarily. See how the economic spread went.
Yeah, that's going to be very damaging. Oh my god.
It's a 5th buyback, Trent.
SRF. What a player.
What did I tell you, dude?
Dude, I mean,
what
the
did I
axes
tell
have
you?
not looked great. SRF is absolutely slaying it. A 3-man call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's hanging back, waiting for those perfect moments. Very impressive. But the net worth gain overall, not a big deal, just because of the DK also buying back, and
now they go into Roche. I want to say what changed the whole tide there was DK having an Arcane Rune. Because of that,
yeah,
he was able to buy back and then have another ultimate to actually make that fight work. That was a game-changing Arcane Rune.
All right, but we do have no cooldown for the Radiant tier, so it's very hard for them to actually contest this. I'm kind of surprised the respect that they're being given.
Yeah, they are going to catch Warlock, and now SRF goes in again, trying to grab this Void Arrow, hits the BKB, but now 2 fights breaking out as they finish off Super on the other side. They might get Q. Yule Scepter onto Afu. He'll come back down to Earth, and he's going to get brought down. That Atos lines it up for the Mirana. Buyback from Yao. It is a 1 for 3. Still IG. Oh, they're stuck in the mud here. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Yao, a big contribution there without the ultimate.
So back to Roche we go. Another buyback used.
Chrono's up in 12 seconds here.
I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Nah, I mean, the bird's looking. It sees what's happening.
Oh, hello.
He's coming. He's got the Shadow Blade, but they have sentries. Uh-oh.
Now the buyback
wasn't
from
play.
Lash. Oh, Monet's going to get caught.
He just thought there wouldn't be sentries, I guess. He was wrong.
I wasn't ready for that one either. I'm actually surprised he just walked in so confidently.
I mean, he had the bird vision. He thought maybe this will work. Destroyed.
Okay. Aegis Cheese now in the hands of the DK. Both spoils. Still some tier 2 towers standing, but IG with a massive lead in game 2 of this final series, the Chinese qualifier. Mirana and DK now number 1 on net worth by a huge margin. This Void feeling pretty far behind. Looking for a Maelstrom into Mjolnir next, but brutal. Those buybacks just devastating for LFY.
IG did lose the gem, which you can see by the 6 sentry wards around the Roche pit. So we got to be a little cautious here.
Gem just sitting in the well. Where is that
It's
thing?
on the Radiant Courier.
Ah, okay. So being very cautious with it.
At least it was. Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, look.
Just hanging out.
It's Q's gem. You know that passive? Everlasting?
Got it.
What?
The gem.
Wow. Has it passed? I didn't know
Everlasting.
that's what it was. Drops and it cannot be destroyed.
Just like Rapier.
Yeah. Neat.
Everlasting. It's a spell. Because most items you can destroy.
Thank you.
I know, right? I don't know why you would. Usually you just sell.
Oh, that Observer
X.
Sentry combo again. I can't believe that call did not hit. That was so close.
He wanted it.
And with the Skywrath Mage there, we have seen that is plenty.
Oh, it's
Kill the
potent.
Void.
It's a hell of a combo. Shadow Blade for Axe. I do like this. Another positioning tool. Get in the back line. Already finding good calls. This makes his life even easier on that front.
17,000 gold at 36 minutes here. Yep. Your last possible game to try and get to TI8.
And you bought a Meteor Hammer. That's got to feel great.
I mean, we can't harp on that too much. I think this game was over long before the Meteor Hammer. Because SRF is a player. I don't think there's many items that he could have bought that would have changed that much. I think it's more so about the team maneuvers and the smokes being caught by vision between 15 to 25 minutes is what really killed them this game. And the comeback by XXS, I mean, this guy was pretty far behind the Pugna.
Yes.
And they just dove a little too deep.
I think at its peak it was like a 2K net worth gap. It was certainly sizable for that stage of the game. Moonlight Shadow now, Afu. Looks like he'll dodge the Mirana. He'll be safe there.
Yeah, they're moving bot, though.
I think it's less about the item build on the Beastmaster, and it's just felt like from out of the gate, he's had no game. They did a great job shutting him down early. They delayed his level 6. That meant LFY couldn't really fight around it, and now he just feels like he's been playing catch-up. Oh, Monet, he pops the BKB as him and SRF kind of kiss each other in the trees. He'll just go TP out. No more Berserker's Call. Looking for another super. Oh, that was close. Well, LFY get away with that one.
And they are doing a good job of split pushing here, though. Flame way up top, getting that done. And they have to go all the way back to those creeps down the bottom lane.
They're ready to catch this split pushing Beastmaster. Look at this.
It's true. All the trees are cut down, too.
Like, guys, he went all in. He's going to keep split pushing.
Dragon 5 is the next choice for Super, it would seem, according to his quick buy there.
A little surprised. I think the Aghanims on Pugna is always tempting. We'll see Yao get caught by SRF. Some dire teammates inbound. An arrow as well connects. And that lines up the slam dunk. But yeah, Ag's always tempting on Pugna when you're team fighting a lot, but I understand the temptation here of just eliminate somebody. You start a fight, you catch one, so whoever's in the chrono, you have a guaranteed kill, and then you can take it to a 4v5. I think that's the kind of...
Tinker Ward just paid off.
Oh, it really did. SRF connects.
And Flame canceled his TP.
Oh, no. He's going to get left behind. He's got a Primal Roar. He's on the run.
He's going to be okay, actually.
I think the Blink Dagger will be enough. All right. Yeah. Man, that Tinker Ward really came in handy.
I mean, this is the only way they can play right now, though, is just trying to split push, trying to cut waves. They're delaying the push with the Aegis. I mean, they had Aegis and Cheese for a long time right now on the Dire side, and they've done nothing. Now, mind you, it is IG. They're probably waiting for 3 more items on each hero.
So they've done nothing except, you know, find the pickoffs and continue to split farm the map
they haven't
and further
achieved
their
any
economic lead.
Real advantage.
It's up to a 20k net worth lead. It was 15 not that long ago, although that could change. They destroy Baboka. Axe now caught by the chrono, but XXS joins the party. Super gonna go down. Monet says, well, I'm just gonna TP out. This isn't what I wanted. Now back up top. Looks like Rock was dropped, but Moonlight Shadow might be enough to just make the sweet retreat.
Still a game for the Dire, sadly. You're an LFY hoper here.
Oh, but I don't know, Trent. I have to disagree. I think they've gotten plenty.
Well, you're not wrong. They've gotten a lot more of an economic advantage, but with Aegis and Cheese, they still haven't taken any of the tier 2s.
Well, that's because they don't need to. They're farming their side of the map and killing enemies that dare venture into Dire territory. What do you need tower gold for? They're saying, hey, our DK, he needs heart before we can break tier 2s.
Maybe you can take more away from here.
Ah, I see.
But IG are just
it's never enough for you, is it, Trent? They're up by 20k net worth at 40 minutes. They're about to go to TI, and it's not good enough.
Sure, man. We'll go with that.
That kid's going to have a tough life.
I tell you.
Whew. Moonlight Shadow, again. Mirana 25. Oh, golly, she is.
Oh, no.
This is that stage of the game.
At least it got nerfed.
I mean...
Yeah. I mean, it was completely ridiculous before. Now it's just a little ridiculous.
It's still pretty good. 18-second duration, 25-second cooldown. You're right. It was absolutely bananas before, but I still think this is an incredible level 25 talent. Still kind of in that Unreal category for me. You just have smokes on a 25-second cooldown.
Yeah, it is something else.
And sure, it's counterable, but the amount of money the LFY supports have to spend just to protect your team from rotations. Shifts the scales economically. Tips the scales, I should say. Heart picked up by DK. They're going to try another Moonlight Shadow. Playing darts here. Eventually you'll hit a bullseye.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now, going to TP out. They ping him. Oh.
Instantly destroy his wards. But yeah, it does look like it'll be a closeout here. I mean,
look how fast they're accelerating.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret to how they're going to win if you're the Radiant team. You got to find some big team fight.
Yes.
You need some crazy chrono that's not interrupted, followed by the golem with the fatal bonds, and your damage just gets amplified like crazy, and you somehow win the engagement. The only problem is they have to do that like 3 times. They also need the Aegis, the Cheese, and the Refresher Shard, but they get it. Which,
Radiant's
I mean, I think I would normally agree with your assessment that, hey, IG, they need to put more pressure on. They're giving LFY that opportunity to farm core items that allow them to take that fight, but
I hope this DK gets chronoed right now, because look at his HP.
they are just 5K. BKB gets used. He jumps in this way, and on the other side, oh, they find a Beastmaster. Void gets stunned as he chronos. It does actually nothing. Void will buy back. It's a 5v5, but without Chronosphere, this feels scary.
This Dragonite is unkillable.
Not much used on IG.
Cheese.
Yep, his BKB's down. There's the rock. Some Fatal Bonds will fly, but now BKBs get used. It's a dieback for Monet, and LFY will have to do this 4v5. Apu's stunned up. He's about to get brought down, and Super will not be able to life drain through it. GG is called, and LFY are eliminated. Invictus Gaming are going to the International.
Well, I will say, if I'm going to pick an MVP this game, it's going to be SRF. I think he actually won fights of the game. When LFY were kind of at that peak, they had the power going for them, they had the gold lead, they had the Aegis, and what happened?